You know, it's not easy watching your little babies grow up to be horny ass teenagers. I mean, that's what they are. It's uncomfortable, and believe me, these girls are horny. Boy, they are. I'm like, damn, man, because they
ain't no different than we were.
Yeah, see, that's why I understand what parents are doing, because I don't want to see them. I don't want to see kids be me.
You don't want to acknowledge it.
I don't want to acknowledge it. I mean, listen, I will tell you it has to be done, but I understand the discomfort, because I know how nasty my little ass was. I don't want to see no kids grow up to be me. I don't need to see a 13 hard dick me. You know? Everyone, do you enjoy Double Toasted? Then put it on your body. Check out our tpublic.com merch store, where you'll find all these wonderful designs that look great on high quality t-shirts, with more designs coming soon. Or check out other high quality items such as mugs, pillows, tote bags, and more. Once again, that is tpublic.com, teepublic.com, or click the link in the description below. Let's start out this segment of the show with some history in the making, our history that has been made. Thank God. You know, Martin, you can tell your kids, and I can tell your kids, because I ain't got no kids. You can tell your grandkids. I can tell his grandkids that we were around later in the future when there's nothing and the theater is full of them. You and I, Martin, we can say we were there for the first family-friendly menstruation movie. Kids, believe it or not, it was a shock to talk about it back in 2022. Now they got menstruation cereal, TV shows, and all kind of stuff, but we were there for the first.
I know, it's a lot, but I don't got time to mess around.
But when that girl gets her period, she's gonna be crazy. She's already out there wild.
It actually usually works the opposite way.
Well, good. She needs it then. Calm her ass down.
All about that hustle, am I right?
You're like, girl, if you don't quit talking to me, I ain't trying to go to jail.
I know. People pulling out their phones like, she talked to me.
Yeah, he like, girl, hey, look, I got a family. You can't be doing this now.
Is everything okay?
This happened already?
What did you say?
Dad, you better run.
I know.
The hell did you just say? No, I meant nothing by it. No. Ah!
Release the panda.
Abby, hit me.
Damn. You asked it. You bet you gotta be more specific with that chick right there.
OMG!
You saw nothing. Yeah. She just walks into the stall and all you hear is like, ah! Yeah, man. I have not reviewed this yet. Martin did, and just to give you a little spoiler here, Martin gave it Better Than Sex. Now, that is our highest rating that you can actually bestow upon a film here on Double Toasted. But I want to come in and give my review because I hadn't had a chance. I was going to do it with my wife, but she just, this is no bullshit. She was going to watch it today, but she's on her period. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it would have been more special for her, but maybe not so pleasant for you.
Yeah, and I've already been dealing with this, that Turkish panda. So yeah, she said, I'm just got no energy today. I don't feel like it. I said,
don't push.
Your wish is my command, Your Highness. Yeah, I did not push at all. I do not want her on my ass at all. When you gonna watch that damn movie? Now we reviewing this tonight.
Did you say?
Nothing. You gotta say take your time.
Wait, what did I say?
I said, Corey, why don't you learn to shut up sometime? That's what I believe I meant to say. But what I wanted to do was, in addition to reviewing the movie, by the time I'm getting around to it, it's a controversy now, which we all expected it to be. You know, this
I'm
movie.
stupid. I didn't. I saw it. I was like, this is really cool. I was not, and then when it trickled in, I was like, okay, there'll be some. And then now it's like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, every day.
Yeah, my thing is, what took you so long? Because it was going to happen. It was inevitable. Why? Because, well, you saw the trailer. You know, I already told you what it is, but I'll elaborate a little more. So this deals with 13-year-old girl named Mei, M-E-I, little Chinese girl. Her and her friends are talking about going to see this boy band, Four Town. That's all she wants to do. Mom, I will be whatever you want me to be. I will do whatever you want me to do. I will get straight A's. I will go to college. I will be a lawyer, all that kind of stuff. But just let me go see my favorite boy band. They all are out there trying to get the money, trying to figure out how to get their parents to take them. Seems like everything is going well. And wouldn't you know it, period hits. And while other girls out there just getting tampons and taking care of it that way, boom, you're good. Getting them pads. Her culture has this curse, I guess you could say, where whenever these women reach their periods, they turn into giant red pandas. Will it stop her from going to see Four Town? That's what really matters right here.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, and I'm kind of joking here, but I'm kind of serious. Can we just admire the bravery in Pixar in making a movie where they come out and just say, yes, sometimes women, not all, but sometimes women, when they get their periods, they're monsters. Now, and don't act like you don't know people. We've all had friends, girlfriends, women's relatives where when it gets to that time, it can be a little scary for everybody.
It can be a little dicey.
It can be a little.
Tempers run high.
Everybody's walking on eggshells, you know.
Hey, I live in a house with, well, at least until recently, with 3 women. And sometimes it all sync up, and I was like, I gotta get out of here. Because it'd be first it started out like, why are you so? Just come. Wait, what are you doing? Oh my God. Oh, okay. Well, I just need to leave.
Man, Martin, you had 3 women in the house,
All yelling at each other, crying.
all of them crying. And at times you said that they would sync up.
Yeah.
With their periods?
Yeah, where they're yelling at each other, saying just the most hurtful shit. Like, hey, come on, you don't mean that.
Oh, shit, man, I feel bad for you. Oh, shit, we got a picture of your house, Martin, when everybody's hitting their periods. Oh, my God. Martin's out there running and shit. Oh, no, not all at the same time.
All right. You ain't got to make those typical dude jokes.
I'm sorry.
You're better than that.
No, I got to get him out the way because I'm gonna tell you something. No, Mark, you know I ain't better than that. Thing is, when we talk about women getting their periods and being kind of crazy to be around, we get in trouble. But Pixar said, no, we're gonna let you know. Sometimes they can literally, in the case of this movie, they can literally be monsters. And it's okay because a woman directed this, and this is her saying that.
Yeah.
Plus, that's a power move by Pixar. Pixar can make a whole family film about women in their menstruation. Then, hey, nobody else would dare do that.
True. They can throw their weight around and make it happen.
But tell you, with this crazy ass Pixar has done it again. And I say crazy because they've combined the most unlikely things and made it all work. Because what a lot of people are saying with this movie, but it is this movie. It's and it's hard to like overlook it as this thing because it's a cute family film from Pixar, animated film from Pixar. But what they've created is they created a monster movie.
Yeah. It's
the Wolfman. So it's the Wolfman, but instead of the moon making him change, it's hormones and horniness.
Yeah.
It's the Hulk. But instead of turning into a big green man, when this girl gets her period, she hulks out into a big red panda.
Well, like I said, amateur writers are always trying to write that horror story where it's a woman who gets her period because of the moon, but turns into a werewolf.
Yeah,
they're trying to make that allegory.
No, they made a monster movie here, a family-friendly, cute monster movie, but it is And if you watch the movie, you'll even see it progress into more monster genres as it goes on. But what I like about this is that if it's not enough for you to just take the transformations that you see with the werewolf and the Hulk as an indicator of this being a monster movie, there are things they do in the film where one of the reasons we love Universal monsters is because a lot of them, they are in a position they never asked for.
They're tragic figures.
And tragic figures. Wolfman never asked for that. Frankenstein never asked to be born. The Hulk, which is not a Marvel character, it's not a Universal character, it's a Marvel character, but the Hulk, unfortunate accident that makes him turn into a monster.
Well, wasn't even Dracula turned against his will?
Yeah, Dracula, his history is like, I was Vlad the Impaler. He was kind of an asshole, so he kind of had it coming, but, you got a name like Vlad the Impaler there,
Right.
But it's the same way with this character. This character is a big red monster who didn't ask to be turned into this, and you look at the Wolfman, Dracula, Frankenstein, you look at the Hulk, what do they all have in common? Despite them being monsters, you have sympathy for them because they don't want that.
Sure.
And that's a cool thing they did here with this character. Like, you feel really bad for her, especially being a teenager. She's like, all I wanted to go see was Fort Town.
Well,
and now look at me, I'm a big, icky monster.
Fort Town's coming to Toronto!
Girl, if you don't calm your ass.
Just go become women without me.
Oh, that tore my heart out right there. Normally I say, what you want to go see that dumb old band for? I was like, all she wanted was Fort Town. And then this. And if you notice, man, okay, so Pixar is not flinching with a lot of things here. They are kind of making it a little obscure. They're not coming right out and saying it, but they are saying it. Like right here, when a girl first hits a period, she's like, I feel icky, I feel bad, I feel like a monster,
And why is this happening?
To me? Also, there's some things that they do in here, I'll talk about in a little bit, that they are saying, but they just have a Pixar way of saying it. But it is sort of more of probably what people would think is a more advanced discussion. But the thing with this movie centering on this girl's period, that's what people are going to be talking about. That's going to be the controversy. That's going to make the headlines because that's what the news is. We want to get people riled up. Controversy gets clicks. Controversy gets eyeballs. That's going to be the big talking point with this. But the movie is so much more than that. And if that's what you were just focusing on, whether it be in a positive way or a negative way, you're going to be missing out on so many well-done themes. It's a lot of things. It's equally a coming-of-age story. It's about friendship. It's about family. It's about letting go. It's about accepting change. It's about trying to figure out who you are. There's so many things that are going on here that deal more with the coming of age story than just a girl's period.
Right.
That's
if they made it all about that, that would wear thin. After a while, you'd be like, all right, I get it.
Yeah. It's something when people just, look, this has got 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, which means that a lot of critics have seen it and they'll just kind of like, look, they did a great job. I see everything that this movie's worth. But you still got a few people out there who just kind of like, I can't believe they did this. Why would they expose it to children? And shut the up. Why don't you go talk to your kids?
Right?
I can guarantee your kid knows what a period is before they even had one. But I'll tell you what this reminded me of, because there's so many things going on. Look, there's a movie about a bunch of girls in Toronto, diverse Toronto, who want to go see a boys band, centering on an overachiever 13-year-old girl at school. And she turns into a giant red panda because of her Chinese culture and history. It's a lot of things going on here, and believe me, it goes in some other crazy places. Probably not as wild as this movie, but it reminded me of Up. And maybe some other Pixar movies, because, the reason why, look, it's a different movie, different themes. But the thing is, Up is a lot of crazy ideas and premises, and it's so wild where it's going. It gets crazier.
Sure, it does. From where it starts, you do not see it going to the Amazon with talking dogs.
An old white man is tired of a little Asian boy coming to his house. His wife died. He's just waiting to die. And one day he says the rent is too damn high. And he puts a bunch of balloons on his house and they float to an island where there's another crazy old white dude there and a bunch of talking dogs. And you're like, I don't know where this started, how we got here, but when we get there, it's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, you don't, and that's the beauty of this, because you don't, between this movie right up, also Turning Red and a few other Pixar movies, one of the great things that they do is that you just don't know where these movies are going. They're unpredictable. And that's what this reminds me of. And this shows me why Pixar, yes, they're great storytellers, but also they know how to just take a bunch of crazy shit and just mix it all up and make it make sense and make it work.
Yeah, well, you can always see that they put so much thought into their stories and into their writing. This is not I got an idea and let's just improv it out till we get there. Like, no, there's a lot of going back and forth and perfecting, what they do, not just the art, but the writing, the dialogue, everything.
Pixar takes chances. Not just with the topics, but they take chances in, you know what, this is so wild. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. They take chances on, storytelling risk where it seems like, man, these elements just don't really make sense, but they do it. Before I get into some of the more controversial stuff that's in here, because that's what I want to do, I want to have a discussion about it. But let's go ahead and just talk about the movie itself before we get deep. Let's get light and fluffy right now. The technical stuff. Of course, this is Pixar. The animation's great. But what I like about it is that this is not your typical Pixar or Disney set of character designs, because Pixar and Disney, they set the standard that everybody wants to follow, so everybody's looking alike now.
Yeah.
All these movies. This looks like something else that's out there, but mostly something you see on TV. This is kind of that Steven Universe.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, people
Love
call it
that
the Cal Art style.
The Cal Art style, yeah. They got, there you go. The Cal Art style that was kind of pushed by Steven Universe and maybe some things before that. Everybody got them big mouths. Everybody got big teeth in here. Most characters got big teeth, but all these characters got choppers on them, man. But that's it was cool seeing that, because, looking at the art design that they have here, when you see these characters actually in motion, it's like, all right, you know what? Again, they're not looking like the typical designs that you see in all animated movies, because all these things are starting to look alike all the time.
Yeah.
And the Disney and Pixar animators are amazing. It's the highest caliber that you can reach. So I think that, this is the Pixar that, the quality that we expect. But what you're saying is true. There's just a lot going on. And there's so many visual jokes. There's so many things on the side. There's so many characters that are doing actions on the side. When you can miss it because you look at the main characters. It's a lot of great stuff going on here, man.
Well, there's just detail down to the mom that she wears pantyhose and then takes off her shoes and puts on slippers after that. But sometimes when she's run, she takes those shoes off. And they still make sure they get all that looking just right.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of stuff they do here. I think what it is that this is more frantic than the average Pixar movie. This is almost what people complain about in TV shows, where they say that, it's loud, it moves too fast. And I heard people actually complain about like May, and I think it's legit. I mean, maybe I don't see it, but they said, yeah, this girl's a little too spastic. She's all these girls are a little loud. And I get that. Hey, if you thought that, I understand. I didn't really see it that way. I thought that these characters actually fit the pacing of the movie, because I liked that the movie moved fast. I like that this is kind of that wild kind of TV show almost pacing that we have here. It doesn't work for everything, but this is a little different right here, because it's a little more lighthearted Pixar movie than the average Pixar movie. It's a little more goofy than the average Pixar movie. A lot of Pixar movies, they rely on deep emotional storytelling. This is emotional too, but it's also very silly in the best way. And for this kind of subject matter where we have, we're talking about girls going through that part of their life where things are changing and kind of weird for them, it's good to take it in sort of a silly way in order to add some levity to the subject.
And until they hit puberty, girls really are loud and giggly like that.
I hate to say it, but yeah.
I
mean, look, all teenagers.
Yeah, no, that was the whole thing watching this, because I had my wife and daughter sit down and watch it on Sunday, because I was like, this movie reminds me of y'all like nothing I've seen. And they watched it and they were blown away.
They're like, yep. But yeah, this is what these characters are supposed to be anyway.
Yeah.
So
And you think you know everything.
yeah, and if you don't like it, I understand. It's not. I don't take it as an insult. Some people just it's just not their style of humor or pacing, and that's cool. I didn't even know that Billie Eilish and her brother was Phineas O'Connell. I didn't know they did music for this.
Yeah, I didn't know till my daughter told me.
Yeah, and I was actually digging the music in this. I was like, all right, that's cool. Finding out about it. I mean, they've done a whole lot of things that work well. And
well, even when the band Fort Town plays, I was like, kind of like that song.
yeah, man, you look at you. You're a Fort Townie now.
I know.
You're gonna be at the concert wearing them Fort Town shades. You can't make no movie about Toronto and have everybody just be one thing. All right, that's about as unrealistic as you can get with this. So yeah, this is.
They finally stopped doing it with New York.
New York, boy, from Friends to animated Disney movies. New York, every movie they just act like for 2 hours they just chased all the brown and black people out.
Right.
Just hit y'all stay inside real quick. We'll let you know when we're done. But this here, it's good to see all cultures, so many different races, so many different, just this thing. Toronto is also a melting pot, and it shows right here. And it feels, for a movie about a giant panda, and all these fantasy elements, at least the world feels real. Mm-hmm. Diversity ain't just about also, giving people what do you call that? Affirmative action. It ain't about that. It's also about reflecting the world, man. Mm-hmm. But I think one of the best ways to address this movie and just have a good review of it, a good critical talk about it, but also a discussion about the controversy and everything is to talk about some of the people and some of the critics with some of the most trivial to downright stupid complaints about this movie.
What are they saying, Corey?
Whoa, boy, don't get me started. Do you have a moment, sir?
You got that dude that practically got fired.
Yes. I just saw that today. I didn't know because all I looked up, I looked up controversies. Mm-hmm. Ooh, somebody got it bad.
Yep.
Now, let me just say this. Let me say this first. Because I do want to be fair here because, people have opinions and not everybody's going to agree. So, with this, one, I don't want to disregard the feelings that some parents have about this movie. When they hear that it's about menstruation and they get all kind of shook up, I don't want to sit up here and treat you like, what are you, stupid? What are you, coward? It's a hard thing to talk about when you've seen your babies grow up, your kids grow up, and then all of a sudden they go through this change into adulthood. For some people, for parents, it's as much a shock as it is for the kids. And sure. I get it. And I'm not saying that there are some parents out there who can discuss it just fine. Mm-hmm. But then there's some that don't. And it's not, it's not easy watching your little babies grow up to be horny ass teenagers. I mean, that's what they are. It's uncomfortable. And believe me, these girls are horny. Boy, they are. I'm like, damn, man. Cause they
ain't no different than we were.
See, that's what I understand what parents are doing because I don't want to see them. I don't want to see kids be me.
You don't want to acknowledge it.
I don't want to acknowledge it. I mean, listen, I will tell you it has to be done, but I understand the discomfort because I know how nasty my little ass was. I don't want to see no kids grow up to be me. I don't need to see a 13 hard dick me. And I tell you, boy, these girls are horny. They worse than dudes. I know how it was. They creeping and stalking. They're in this convenience store, just creepy ass little stalkers, man.
Huh?
He just clueless.
This mouth.
Yeah, you know what? I can see why the girls like him. He's one of them cute boys that just don't know nothing.
Right.
Dumb.
Right.
The kind of boy that the girls say, just shut up and look pretty.
A himbo.
My mom cuts his hair at the salon, and I felt it. It's very soft.
Ew, he looks like a hobo.
A hot hobo.
Somebody needs to throw a bucket of water on her. She's the worst one. Somebody needs to throw a bucket of water on her and cool her ass down.
A hot hobo.
Yeah, a hot hobo. She gonna be doing homeless porn later on in life.
Oh my.
Yeah, somebody to calm her ass down. She's the worst one out of all of them, man. And here's the cool thing, too, because in a lot of these movies, all right, they might acknowledge that the girls like boys, but it was only safe before real diversity was kicking in for them to, no matter what ethnicity the girls were, it was only safe for them to acknowledge white dudes, you know?
Right.
Because they didn't want to scare parents and audiences into thinking like, oh, your daughter might like black dudes. You know, this is stupid.
Yeah.
But here they all the girls, you know, they so horny they don't care. They want all flavors.
May I remind you what real men look like? Speaks French. And Aaron T and Aaron Z are like really talented too.
Yeah, those are the ones those are two the girls don't give a damn about.
There's always two like that in every boy band.
I like the way they had to call for attention in somebody else's dream.
Right.
Hey, what about us? Yeah, what about y'all?
Yeah.
Hey,
you're over there.
Hey, we do stuff too. We in the band.
And Aaron T and Aaron Z are like really talented too.
They do things.
They show up.
Having discussions of even the slightest sexual nature, I know it's not easy, you know, but it's real.
It's life. It
happens.
It's stupid to shy away from that.
Yeah, it happens. And, you know, it's only been hard to discuss because we've made it taboo.
Mm-hmm.
You know, back in the, and there's a deeper discussion with this that's really crazy. And I don't want to get too, make it sound too political on everybody, but, you know, because back in the day, women were made to feel like this is where this comes from. This is why it's important for Disney to make this movie, because throughout the years, it was so taboo to talk about menstruation that women were made to feel like monsters.
Sure.
When they got it, because it was something so icky to talk about.
Well, for so long on television, you couldn't even say the word pregnant.
Yeah, that's right.
That was a big thing with I Love Lucy.
Sleeping in separate beds.
Sleeping in separate beds. It's like, okay, fine, she can be pregnant on TV, but you can never use that word pregnant.
So anybody who was out there getting mad at this movie because it's talking about taboo, uncomfortable things like menstruation, you know what? Good for you, Pixar, for making a movie like this that is helping everybody make that transition into normalizing those conversations, because it's stupid, all right? And I will tell you why it's stupid in a little bit, but I'll get to that in a little bit. I'm about to go off on this. And in the movie, I'm gonna tell you something, man. And if you think the menstruation part is uncomfortable, Pixar is hinting at things like girls sneaking off and masturbating. I mean, if you really, you know what I'm saying? If you really look, now they don't have they ain't got these girls in there doing anything, but they hint that we know what you're doing. Roll under that bed, get your nasty ass out from under there. Pixar is speaking in code, but if you know, you know. So again, Pixar is really addressing these things about not just the periods, but just this whole crossing over into being an adult that starts at the tender age of 13.
And how scary it is that
Yep.
this descends upon you.
I looked at the controversy for this, and I had to shake my head. I made me mad. I said, man, you know, don't let them do this to you. But it kind of pissed me off.
Sure.
Because what I saw was something that I missed, but everybody's already heard about it. I'm the late one here. You probably heard about it, but it's that review that they had to take down from Cinema Blend, and so it was so bad that Variety even had to say, "Boy, y'all up. What's wrong with y'all?"
I love that Cinema Blend comes in and goes like, "Wow, we got to do a better job of editing. That review and reviewer is gone."
Can I now? Is he gone, or did they just?
And they're like,
He silences it. I don't know if they fired him, because he also came out. Now, you know, to be fair here, first of all, Cinema Blend, I ain't buying that bullshit. All right, y'all saw that review because they said we had no clue that wait a minute, that review is up.
I know.
What?
I know.
Oh,
I know. I know.
Yo, y'all right. This bad. Hey, Scott, you write this shit?
I showed it to you.
Yeah. Cinema Blend, y'all saving face right now, all right? Y'all saw that shit. Oh, we must do a better job at editing. You must do a better job at lying, because everybody know what you're doing.
Yeah, because at the time they were probably like, it's going straight to Disney Plus. Nobody's going to pay attention to this.
They saw, all right? But listen, in all fairness, what happened was Cinema Blend had had a critic, Sean O'Connell. There he is. He put out his review, and
Is that him down in the corner there?
Oh, right here. What do you mean? These broads are nasty. I'll tell it like it is. That's what you get for putting all those Negroes in the movie. What? Nah, man. What happened? Now, you think that the movie was a controversy. This review was a controversy. And everybody came out and started accusing this guy of being kind of ignorant, bordering on sexist and probably racist. Now, to be fair, Sean O'Connell came in and first he tried to say, I don't know what y'all talking about. I know I stand by what I said. And then after he got called and got that ass woman, he said, you know what? Thank you all for setting me straight. Thank you all for pointing out how I came across and how my opinions were not worded right. So he it looks like this was a teachable moment that he accepted. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to be that guy to tell people to keep hating on somebody when they're trying. At least they're making the appearance of trying to be open-minded and learn. Still, it was stupid what he said. Did you read it?
Yeah, I did. I didn't dig into the whole thing, but I read parts of it, and I was just like, bruh.
Yeah, people. Now you can go through. Because right here he says, I'm genuinely sorry for my turning red review. Thank you to everyone who has reached out with criticism, no matter how harsh. It's clear that I did not engage nearly enough with the movie, nor did I explain my point of view at all. So he said, I really appreciate the feedback.
I feel like he watched it under duress, barely paying attention to it.
Well, I'm trying to find what he said here, and I'm not going to go in and call him a sexist and a racist because I don't know what he meant. It's too easy to put those labels on somebody. But I do think there's an ignorance here where it did come across, even if the smallest way, that way. Because what he said about the movie was, and this is where I think it's stupid, because he said that I just didn't find this relatable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's about a Asian girl, about an Asian family and her female friends, and I guess the director made this for her friends to laugh at, but it doesn't relate to me. Yeah, and I don't think audiences will get into it.
Maybe to her friends and chicks out there who have periods, but I'm a dude, and
I'm a white dude.
I'm a white dude. I don't understand this.
Yeah.
Now, for those who don't know this, I'm a black man, and I'm a 50-year-old black man. All right, I'm a 50-year-old black man, and I related the hell out these girls, man. It's not hard.
It's not.
People,
I mean, we are asked to relate to other cultures and situations all the time, and we just do it.
I'm a 50-year-old black man, and I found a way to relate to these girls, and it ain't that hard. Because anybody, listen, the you mean this is not relatable? Did you grow up with no friends?
Right.
Did your mom lock you in the basement? You know, you want those weird, nerdy kids who just sat around? Did you sit at the lunch table by yourself and just grew up with no close friends to go out and hang with? Were you reading a book all day? I mean,
well, in fact, I did. Yeah, it's hurtful that you bring this up.
Then shut the up if you don't know. Go review a Tim Burton movie about some don't talk about, because anybody who grew up with close friends and had a childhood having adventures and activities with those kids, that's relatable.
Exactly.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So either you didn't pay attention, my friend, or you sat up here and said, well, this is a movie about a girl, an Asian girl, I might add, who has a period, and I don't want to hear that shit. Because and here's another thing that's enlightening right here. This is another situation where I think this person, when they saw the movie, and when they saw even just a little bit of culture being brought in, even though this girl has a diverse group of friends, the lead is an Asian. They just mentioned Chinese culture a little bit, and for him, it wasn't the default. Mm-hmm. And y'all know what that default is. So for somebody to come out and see that and not have that default there for them, all of a sudden, well, I can't relate to this.
Sure.
Motherfucker, you know how many movies I had to relate to where nobody looked like me in there? All y'all who see this is the kind of shit we talking about. You know, this is why people got mad at you. It's ignorant. Mm-hmm. Pixar got a lot of movies. Some of them ain't got a human being in them. The whole movie full of bugs and a whole movie full of fish over here.
Yeah.
Not even a human being in that movie right there. So you talk about that's relatable, but all of a sudden, 4 human little girls, that's alien to you? With that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once you really put it in perspective.
Oh, I know. No, I saw that, the whole thing. I was like, good. Y'all beat his ass up.
Yeah,
That's what he deserved.
I'm sorry. I'm glad you learned something, but you had to.
I mean, I hope he learned. It's not just if you want this job, you need to write an apology.
Let's switch it over, y'all, and let's talk about the big red panda in the room. The whole thing with this period. Here's the irony of talking about this natural function in young girls and what other people consider to be family friendly. So here's the irony right here. So, and a ton of kids movies, we can do this. You can fart.
Oh yeah, and way too many kids movies. You can fart.
let me, Martin. He sung over my fart. The fart is important.
You can't play that part of the song without me.
I know,
doing that.
but the fart. Let's hear the fart. Now that's cute. I laughed at that. That's funny. But there's movies where babies fart. There's movies where grown men fart. There's movies where women fart, and a lot of them are in children's movies and children's shows.
There's a lot of baby powder come out of his ass. Did he shove it deep in there?
Well, that's how you got to get that powdered fart effect right there. That little powdered whirlwind came out of there.
Wow.
That you can fart in these movies, right? And we laugh at farts. One of the nastiest things that a man can do or a human being can do, that's that shitty smell coming out your asshole, your butthole. That's nasty, but it's funny. But the moment that we talk about a young girl having her period, all of a sudden that's uncomfortable.
Right.
That's weird.
Having to use pads. Oh
Having
my
to
God.
use the sight of pads just scared people. I know some people who think the sight of a pad, of a maxi pad, is X-rated.
It's too much.
Yeah, that's right up there with pornography. You know what? Again, if that's something, because listen, I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. If you don't like this movie, you're not sexist, you're not racist, any other thing that people are trying to put out there, you're not that. If you just have an opinion about the movie, I thought it was cool, but it's just not my thing. That's fine. People have that opinion. But if your thing is diversity bothers you, sitting up here talking about a woman's period bothers you, you're the problem. It's not the movie. I'm glad that Pixar is going out there and challenging people like this. A lot of times when there's a controversy on something that's not that big of a deal, that means people's ignorant ass stupid truths are getting challenged, as they should be. And that's what this movie's doing. It's great to see Pixar challenge so many people to discuss the problem when it comes to women's bodies. That's what it is, man. And this is a huge problem. It's not that it's a period that's making people feel uncomfortable because it's a nasty body function. Maybe for some people it is. But what it is, and have you ever noticed that this is the big deal? Why do us men get uncomfortable when we have to talk about certain parts of a woman's body or certain functions? Anything from women, having bowel movements to women breastfeeding. Whenever we do that, what's the problem? That's because those are functions that we don't have control over. Those are things that don't serve our purpose. Those are the I could take it deeper, but I'm not going to say nothing. But anytime we don't have any kind of control or self-serving function of a woman's body is for us, that's when it gets to be a problem. And that is stupid. Not only is it stupid, but it's harmful, and it is something that needs to change. And that's why that's really why this movie needs to be here, man. Listen, to me, I would give this a very high full price. There's some reasons why I probably wouldn't give it go better than Sex, but I mean, we're splitting hairs here now. I really appreciate this movie. I love this movie. I think it's a movie that's needed. And I'm not just giving this movie points just because, it goes along with my political ideas. It's a well done film.
Yeah.
Pixar has showed us that we don't have to be weird about these kind of discussions. And it's good to have a movie, where they're opening these discussions for people.
Well, speaking of which, another underlying theme is that it's okay to be weird.
Yeah, it is. These talks don't have to be weird, and it's okay to be weird. I'm just glad the movie's good. Because if this movie was bad, just imagine, we don't need Pixar setting women years back.
I know.
If this had been a bad movie, maybe it would have been like, that's what you get. How dare you make a movie about menstruation? Of course it's a failure. Mm-hmm. That's a private, that is a private thing. Get the, yeah. Shit, now I want Pixar to do that movie about male masturbation. When a dude gets horny, a little 13-year-old kid discovers he's horny and a big-ass monster pops out his pants. Hey, this could pave the way for that.
Oh, good Lord. Rewatched again on Sunday, with the wife and the daughter. Because, because they have that same relationship. Because my wife, she always jokes about it, but she really is like a black tiger mom. But it was just fun to watch them, especially my daughter. She couldn't stop laughing because so many things paralleled her childhood. And then at the end of it, they kind of cried and hugged each other and apologized to each other.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh. And somebody said they already got that movie you're talking about, Corey. It's called Teen Wolf. Dude gets horny and turns into a werewolf.
I guess that's true.
As we all do. We don't tell women that. Yeah, and I made those menstruation jokes in the beginning because I thought they were funny, but I want to make some of y'all mad, so y'all be like, "He don't know what he's talking about." So I can drop that knowledge on you real quick. I love doing that to people, man. You sexist son of a, oh, wait a minute. Oh, shit, he making sense.
Yeah. But I also love that, normally the thing you talk about, the universal monsters, you turn into this monster against your will, and it's a curse and what you're going to do. Yeah. And at first, and then she just embraces it, and it's like, it's fun. It's like, you know what? That's a good way to twist this.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to tell too many people about the movie. I would say this before it's out. I'm almost taking points off of this. It's a part of the movie, but Sandra Oh is that mom. Mom was getting on my damn nerves, man. She was pissing me off. This woman would not leave this girl alone, embarrassing her in front of her friends. I said, Mom has got to quit.
Yeah.
And punk ass dad sitting back there ain't saying a word.
Moms be like that sometimes.
Yeah, they be like, but you need to stop.
I know. That was one of the things I talked about. I talked about how slightly toxic that can be.
Oh,
and they go into that.
They did that too well. Because she was pissing me off. Sandra Oh did a great job.
Yeah.
Amazing job. But, ooh, she was making me mad. Leave this girl alone. I was pissed. I was so angry at some parts of this. I was looking to see, am I turning into a panda? Because I'm mad. Great voice work, though. These kids were great, man. My wife ever does get around to watching it, when she's not a panda.
Yeah, if you show it to her now, she'll be like, "Why do you want me watching this shit?"
When she ain't looking like that, I'll give her a holler. Is that what you think of me? I didn't say nothing.
It's the movie.
Is this why you wanted me to watch it? Is that me? Well, I mean.
Oh shit!
God damn it!
I gotta go, Corey. See you later, man.
Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts.